Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. I really wanted to bring this attention to everybody because this is really disturbing. And amongst all the different things that this president is doing, this is one of the most diabolical. And if you're not aware about how dictators and third world countries operate, this is how they do it. They shut down open and even news that no one talks about except for the person on the top because it's getting criticized, which they don't even really criticize. They're just stating the truth and they're making it seem like, or I should say, the president, Trump, is making it seem like he's being ridiculed and that this is all fake news like he does. But this is really bad for all Americans and everyone in this country because this is going to be the end of freedom if we continue down this path. It already has begun, and it's every year it's been worse since 2016. We're about to be 10 years into this. We're already halfway through this year, and this is really terrible. That we should not be attacking public broadcasting. This is not something that they go out and have an agenda. They go into our local communities and share news about what's happening. I've never seen them spark any sort of controversy because they're not meant to do that. They don't look for ratings. I don't watch them for ratings. I watch them for pure truth and news. And anyone who argues against that is delusional or wealthy and wants to keep their wealth. There's no real truth to taking away public broadcasting. NPR, PBS, I don't know about you, but I have a local PBS station and I grew up watching that. And for me, it was actually one of those things where I was able to actually see stuff that was less bad for me and actually learn some stuff and be better for my mental health. You know, whether it's learning, whether it's just being kind, basic human decency comes out of these programs. And we're going to lose some of it, and people in more smaller markets are going to really be affected. And then what's going to happen is that those people who are already probably less educated anyways, and I hate to say it because education isn't everything, but it is something. And just because you don't choose to learn doesn't mean that everyone else around you should have that same choice. Some of us not aren't necessarily the most educated, but don't want to lose the freedom to learn about information that's not watered down to whatever the president wants us to know. Besides this, news about the public broadcasting company basically shutting down at the end of September, September 30th. Well, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Luckily enough, NPR and I believe my PBS station, because I live in a market that's not super small, hopefully will stay afloat. But another risky thing is also the Bureau of Labor Statistics is getting torn away because Trump doesn't like the way they're reporting the statistics. I've used this for my own personal job outlook when I was in high school and in different sectors of or parts of my life where it was just needed. And this is very scary that we're just getting all these things taken away, and people are like, well, presidents are bad and this and that. We can all disagree, or we can all agree that not every president was perfect, but there's a difference between being imperfect and being diabolical and evil. And if you just believe that all the old presidents, or especially Democratic presidents, were just evil and had no good intention, then what makes your president have the best intentions? You're just as delusional as the president. And, you know, it's easy to forget and forgive when you get whatever you want out of that person, whatever it is that you're getting from this president. He's only giving it to you just to get what he needs, and what he needs at the end of this is not in your best interest. You're gonna be really hurt. I'm really bringing awareness to this because this needs to be said. I can't go and continue without at least saying something about this. And if you disagree with me, go ahead and put in the comments and give me some good reasons why we should get rid of public broadcasting, or why firing the head of the labor statistics, the commissioner, is good for us, and putting in someone that the president wants because he didn't get the report he likes. It's like saying, oh, I didn't get the grades I wanted. I wanted all A's, teacher. And then you get the teacher fired, and then you put in your own teacher. I wouldn't agree if this was a Democratic president or a Republican president. It's not okay. We shouldn't be having positions specifically that have direct effect on us be taken lightly and just given to basically stooges who are just going to do whatever the president wants. That is not okay. All these every position in politics right now that's in the Republican Party are all just following in line, or bending the knee, and waiting on what's going to happen with their president Trump and how he's going to tell them to act and how high he's going to tell them to jump, because that's all they do. None of them have a real backbone. None of them have a real policy. And if you look on the left side, there's some of them who are in that similar boat. I'm not going to sit here and say that all the left is better. There are some of those on the left that I think are in that same exact boat as a Republican, and they're usually on the older, side. And I hate to say that because I don't think that anyone came into this job purely for that evil reason. But now we're here in this 2025 year, and you're seeing true colors of people. And if you're just choosing to choose a side for the sake of choosing a side, that's not right. I would choose the other side if that will look better and actually had some real prospects of actually helping people, but it doesn't. The only side that does seem like that is the left. I really respect and admire some of these people on the left side because they shoot to help everyday people. And the other side might say they are trying to do that, but I've yet to see them actually put anything into actual legislation other than putting a judge or making a law that takes away from people. We should only be uplifting each other. If you're a proud American, you should be proud to help other Americans, no matter of their race or creed or ethnicity or anything that might be different. If they're American, they are American. I considered myself a diehard American for so many years until this president. He doesn't bring me any satisfaction knowing I'm an American. He makes me feel less prideful. He actually makes me feel sad to be one, because it actually was a point of pride. And if you feel prideful to be an American with all what's happening right now, you're part of a problem that you might not even see yet. You're just in a bubble of news that you don't really look out. I listen to all kinds of news, whether it's Fox to NPR. I'm not immune to one news source. I watch and listen to it all, and everyone has a point, but sometimes people's points are misguided. You might be right in the way you feel and your convictions, but it's not okay to take away from other people. And if you feel that it's okay to do that, to hurt others, to gain, then you're a flawed human being, because human beings should stick together. It's no reason why we gotta hurt one another. We've lived through so much history in life, and if you've paid attention to the way the world has worked for so many years, it's been very terrible. But it's never been to the point where now we're here in a new year where we know better and we're still choosing to do wrong. We can do better as a people. We got to come together. There's no reason for us all to be divided as much as we are. And if one person, like a president, can do that much, then that person is not the one for all of us. We need to stand up for this. We need to come up and say, no, enough is enough. Can't keep giving him what he wants and letting him get away with it just because of what? He has nothing that he's doing for anyone. If he's helping you with your taxes, then like I said, you're a wealthy person and you're looking at it from your bottom line. You need to start standing up for your morals. Sometimes it's okay to lose money in the face of fucking fascism. This is some bullshit. And if we're just going to sit down and be complacent, then you might as well just call yourself a rape victim, because we're all getting raped.